everyone, this is Tame4Game, and today we're going to be taking a look at arrays. So first of all, what's an array? An array is a group of related data values that are grouped together. All the array elements must be of the same type, so they can either be integer, float, string, and many other things. And arrays, they have a definite length. So over here you can see there are 7 numbers and you cannot increase the numbers it contains. So you cannot add a 31 to it. You cannot also remove a number from this because arrays, they have a definite length. So now, why do we need arrays? So let's say we want to store 20 different values. What will we use? We have 2 options in that case. The first option being we can create 20 different variables, and our second option is creating an array that can contain all of those 20 different values. The correct answer is obviously the second one, the one that says we need to create an array, because if we create 20 different variables, it will be really hard to manipulate, and overall it's really inconvenient that way. So now comes the part how to define an array. So for defining an array, we first write the type, then give these third brackets, and then we write the name of the array, then give the equal to sign. After that we write new and then the type again, and inside of these third brackets we write what the length of the array should be, so how many values it can store. So for assigning value to an array, we first write the name of it, then inside of these brackets we write the index number and then give the equal to sign over here, and then just assign some value to it. So in our case we have assigned 1. So now let's take a look at what the type of an array is. The type of an array defines what type of value can the array store. So if it has a type of integer, the array can only store integer values. So what's an index? As I told you, an array can store many values. So it needs to keep the values organized, and to keep it organized, it uses something called an index. So over here you can see the index always starts from 0 and then it gradually increases. So over here you can see at the index number 0, it has a value of 10. At the index number 1, it has a value of 20. At 2, it has a value of 30, and so on. So this index just basically makes it easier for us to find and assign values to the array. So now let's take a look inside of Unity. But before I go, let me tell you what type of program we're gonna make. We're gonna make a program that has an array called numbers, and it will have certain values, and then we will print out all the values in that array. So now I'm just gonna exit this presentation and go inside of Unity. Alright, here I am inside of Unity, and now I just want to open up my tutorial script inside of Visual Studio. Alright, now I'm inside of Visual Studio, and first of all I want to create an array that is of type int and that will have 10 values. So I'm going to do that real quick. And we can also give the values inside of these curly brackets I have given right here. So I'm just going to enter some random values for our integers. So I have inserted all those values, and now I want to print all of those out. So for that I'll write a for loop and then give this bracket, and over there I want to make an integer called I that will have a value of 0. Then give the semicolon, and then we'll check if I is less than the length of the array. So to do that, we'll first write I, then give the less than sign, and after that we'll just write the name of the array. So in our case it's numbers, then give a dot, and then you will write length. So what this length does is it sees the length of the array and gives it back. And then we'll give another semicolon, and then we'll do I plus plus. Then give the curly brackets. And over here, we want to show all the elements of our array. So for that, we'll first write debug.log, then give the brackets, and inside of the brackets, we first write quotation marks, then write elements, give a space, add a plus sign, then write I, then give another plus sign, give quotation, then give a plus sign, and then just write the name of the array. So in our case it's numbers, then give the third bracket, and inside of it we'll write I. So what this over here does is that it just prints out the value which is inserted the ith position of our array called numbers. So now we can just save this and then go back inside of Unity. Alright, now I'm inside of Unity, and now what I want to do is go to our main camera, and if our tutorial script is not already there, we want to drag it onto our main camera. But in my case it is, so I'm not going to do it again. Now I'm going to go to the Unity console and I want to hit play. It prints out all the numbers we had inserted for our array. So that's great. So in this tutorial video, we learned what arrays are, why we need them, what an index is, and what the type of an array is. So that's it for this tutorial video. Bye guys.